valid. The household acceptance factor is not. Thanks. Love the show, guys. Have a great day.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jeff, for that voicemail. This is brilliantly planned. Like, Dor, will that work?
Her lunch is not my choice. And where I work, if I don't take a lunch, it's a write-upable offense. That's not even a real word. I have to take lunch. Even if I sit at my desk and do nothing, I have to take lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to pick her lunch up. I'm not only a chauffeur, I'm a delivery boy.
Sucks.
Well, the only plus is now I get to eat lunch more often.
Yeah. All right, so his logic is not sound.
Well, it would be if I worked at a normal place.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the voicemail.
Absolutely.
And the attempt to handle and bring joy into Dor's life.
Yeah, and trust me, it's if I can figure out how to do it, I'm going to send him money.
All right, let's do one more email here, unless there's a couple short ones in a row, because we got a ton, so I'll just try to get through them. This is a quick shout-out for Dor. If he wants to get his GTA fix without buying a new PlayStation 2, they make a PlayStation 2 emulator for Linux called PCSX2. I haven't used it, but it's worth a shot. Hope this helps. PCSX2.net is the website, and that's from Rich. Have you tried that, Dor?
Honestly, I haven't had time to try it out. I did, and for some reason, it didn't even cross my mind. But I'll say this: because I own a copy of it, would I feel comfortable having a copy of it on my computer? You know what I'm saying?
Because you already bought it.
Well, yeah, I know that was I don't even want to say law, but that was what everybody said they believed the law was back in the 90s.
When people were using emulators?
Yeah. That if you physically owned the game, it was okay to have it. And I got it.
All right.
Maybe they're just collecting.
It's better than nothing.
Oh, much better.
Yeah.
And I will say, I've gotten now 3/4 the way through GTA on my Kindle Fire. With CM9, whenever a piece of glass would break, the app would crash.
Damn.
On MIUI, I'm not having that issue. It's still not perfect, though. Every 2+ hours of gameplay will just randomly disappear. But I'm like I'm like half to 3/4 the way through it. I want to say, having a blast.
Really?
Getting all the secret passages. Have 4 cop badges back at my base. Guns, armor, ammo, grenades. So whenever I get in trouble, just go back to base. Pick up the 4 stars. This gun, this gun, this gun. You know.
Damn.
Good times.
Sounds like it. All right. Well, we'll do one more email here. This is from my friend John. John is actually the man who he does my video editing and uploading to YouTube from Justin TV. So I'm happy he does that, so I don't have to think about it. And he actually had a question because as he's editing the shows, he listens to them and says, I've been messing around with different GPS navigation systems since I got my LG Optimus S last May. Since you guys are the Android app experts, I thought I would ask you for recommendations. My requirements are free or cheap, user-friendly, and does not take up a lot of space. One problem that I have run into is the GPS works fine in the wide open spaces, but when I get into New York City, where I go every day, it is unreliable and can't seem to keep up. Thank you in advance. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
There ain't no solution.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, there might be. I've seen a couple apps like, some of our customers in West Virginia. Obviously, once they hit off a cell tower, they lose 3G connection. They're not going to have maps updating for them, even on Waze, stuff like that. I mean, there are some applications out there that you can actually download and cache the maps onto your SD card. But I mean, that would be about the only thing, because I mean, a GPS is going to be unreliable no matter what. I mean, it's just no matter what phone you have, no matter what kind of system you have, it's going to be unreliable inside of a city or anywhere where this clear view of the sky is going to be obstructed.
I see.
So definitely something like that would be, at least somewhat, maybe even cell phone tower positioning, stuff like that, triangulation.
Yeah.
With those applications might be good.
What do you have any recommendations on any apps like that?
There was one called Back Road. I think it's let me find it real quick. I know it's called Back Road something. Um, let me see real quick if I can find it. But I know that I actually did this to one of the I had a UPS driver that works in West Virginia. He actually called in one night and he was looking for an application like that. So let me see here.
Okay. While he's looking for that, do you guys have any input on this?
Well, if he turns on Wi-Fi, Google Maps, because they cached all the SSIDs of a lot of places, sometimes if you leave your Wi-Fi on, it can do Wi-Fi triangulation that sometimes gets you kind of where you're at.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot. I mean, it's just turning Wi-Fi on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then it's actually called Backcountry Navigator. They have a free test version, 14 days, and they have a $9.99 version. I don't know exactly if that'll fit the bill for him. But I know that that's something that, I would definitely throw out there. And PC Freddy, I'm not hating on West Virginia, man. I love you guys. Come on. You guys are my customers.
As long as you're not running for sheriff.
Right.
Very cool.
Well, like Jerry had said in the chat, I've done this before with Google Maps. You can cache certain areas. I think he said it's 10 square miles, and you can do multiple areas. You just, do it in blocks. Because last summer I was trying to do some geocaching and I lost any signal, so I couldn't get the maps. So the next time that's what I did. I just cached a bunch of areas of maps, so it's already on there. It doesn't have to search it out. So I don't know if that'll help.
Yeah, I think between that, turning on Wi-Fi, caching the maps, and using what's it called?
Backcountry.
Backcountry.
Navigator.
Yeah,
that's the one that I know the gentleman in West Virginia, he actually gave me a call back and he gave me some, kudos on that. He was like, that was an awesome app, and it actually helped him out. Just because, I mean, I'm sure PC Freddy can, definitely, agree with this. Some of the service in the area, I mean, depending on what carrier you are, whether it's us or, another carrier through there, I mean, you are not going to get the best coverage through that area. I mean, it's still wooded, most of it, some of the back roads. I mean, stuff like this definitely will work for, that kind of situation. Like you said, as far as in New York City, though, I don't know. Like I said, definitely try and look around, especially that 10 square miles. I haven't tried that, but I will test that personally just to see if that'll work out for us.
Yeah, cool. And Sean, I'm going to try that for my area too, actually. I like having pre-cached maps.
Yeah, man.
All right, that's going to be it for the emails, and it's going to start to wrap up the show here. If anybody else wants to send us an email, send it to mail@podnutz.com. If you want to send us a voicemail, call 7076-PODNUT on a phone, 7076-PODNUT, and we'll play it. All right, let's go around here, guys. Say any last words, last comments before we end the show, and then we'll end off. Door.
This is the last second favor to ask the listeners. If you have heard of, especially if you're a current customer of Ting.com, Ting, write us and let us know how you feel about it, okay? This is a different way of doing mobile carrier service. The phones are not subsidized, so every phone is like $400, except for the feature flip phone, which I think is $200. All the phones are like $400 to $500, but here's the gimmick, okay? You only pay for what you use. And by that, I mean, you can customize your minutes, your text, and your data completely independently of each other. Minutes as low as 0, 100, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 text messages. 0, 100, 1,000, 2, 4, 6,000. Megabytes. 0, 100, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And anything you don't use at the end of a month, you get a refund check.
That's amazing.
That's freaking nominal. That blows my mind.
It does.
They just started sponsoring Twit, something on the Twit network. So that was the way I found out about them. I need to know if this is for real. I mean, I know it uses Sprint towers, so if you get Sprint service, you should be able to get this service just fine. But I gotta hear from real people to know if this is any good before I tell my wife. We're going to switch come August, September when my contract's up.
Huh. It's called Ting?
Ting, ting.com.
For some reason, I always have to feel like I have to go to the bathroom every time you say
I know.
that word. I can't explain it.
And then here's the second question for the people like Ellis out there. This is a Sprint compatible network. Supposedly, any phone that works on Sprint 3G, 4G will work on here 3G, 4G. So then the question is, what phone do I get if I go over here? Right now, it looks like if I had to go, it might be the Epic 4G Touch, whatever the hell the name of the one Jose had.
Right.
4G Touch 2 Epic
I
thing.
think
It had,
I think you got most.
something.
I think you got most
it was
of
like
the words.
it was like 5 words long. It was
Yeah.
the longest phone name I ever had.
Samsung Epic 4G Touch, I think.
2. There was a 2 in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's the Galaxy S2, but it's the Epic 4G Touch.